Kelly Yang's book, The Take, is about the challenges of ageism for women in the workforce. The former Berkeley grad is known for her popular middle school book series, Front Desk. The Take is her first adult fiction novel. It features a young writer and an aging Hollywood producer. The plot twist, an age-reversing transaction. Our Gia Vang sat down with Yang at Kepler's Books in Menlo Park during her book tour.
Well, I'd always wanted to write a story about aging for a while because I've had a weird experience with aging. I went to college at a really young age. I went to law school at a really young age. I had my kids at a pretty young age.
When you say young age, I think I read about this. When did you go to college?
Yeah, so I went to college when I was 13. And that meant that when I got out, I was too young to kind of join the corporate world. So I went to law school.
How old are you when you went to law school?
I was 17. I've just never been the right age at any moment of my life. All the time, I just felt like my age was an impediment. It was always something that was used against me, and people judged me for it. And even when I wanted to be an author, it was like, how could you possibly have anything to write about in your 20s, which is when I really first started thinking about it.
Was there a moment, though, where you were like, oh, am I getting older and are people viewing me differently?
I come from writing children's books, and the further away you get literally from being 12, the more you worry about that. Because you go, well, I'm now 41, right? Can I still write in the POV of a 10-year-old, right? Or am I going to get replaced by someone who's younger?
So this is recent.
Yeah, I started feeling that way, especially with, to be honest, especially with all the TikTok stuff, all the social media. I've come now to kind of use social media the way I want to use it. But for a while, it was like, I'm just too old for this. I felt that way. And I felt this sense of terror, because I don't want to plaster myself all over social media, does that mean I'm going to get replaced? So I felt that sense of insecurity myself, for sure. I think society is super harsh on women as we age, which is why we have all this anti-aging stuff.
Did you learn anything through this writing process of this book?
I think the most important thing that I learned is how to own my own existence. And that is a really, really hard lesson. And frankly, it takes experience to get there. I learned it writing this book. And I think for me, one of the most important things is to just keep writing the story that I want to write, and not be pigeonholed. Because I think a lot of people look at my earlier books, and I am so proud of those books. I'm really proud to write about the immigrant experience, but I don't want to just only be able to write about the immigrant experience. I want to be able to write whatever I want. And you got to have the confidence to know that your readers will follow you.